This list is for anyone looking to get the most bang out of their buck. You get it? Hey, it's Game Rant, and here are the 8 FPS games that offer the best value for money. Number 8, Defiance. We're starting off our list with the absolute best price you can currently pay for a video game, and that is, of course, free. Defiance is filling a niche that seems rather obvious in hindsight, of a free-to-play Call of Duty. And no, we don't mean Warzone. Defiance features all of the objective-based gameplay one would expect, including capture the flag, domination, and team deathmatch, with multiple factions each taken from an Ubisoft property, such as the Cleaners from the First Division game, who use fire in their alts and ultimates, as well as leave a burning effect for basic attacks. There's a lot going on here. A class-based hero shooter with a progressive weapon attachment system. If you value skill and don't want to spend a cent, take a shot at Defiance. You did again, you get it? Number 7, Far Cry 6. At the risk of sounding fairly reductive, most Far Cry games since Far Cry 3 are exactly the same, at least in terms of what you can expect. Sure, there may be a cultist here or a dictator there, but the theming is generally you, the player, are in a big open explorable world, which can be traveled on foot, in cars, or even in the air. Oh, and everyone's trying to kill you. Yeah, so much for international hospitality, but this is perhaps the most refined form of the Ubisoft formula, as this game is packed with oodles of side missions, huntable wildlife, and collectibles to craft while becoming the most aimless criminal in Yara. Not good enough? Well, tag a friend in for some co-op. That's right, you can go exploring together, but most of the time you'll be too busy getting each other killed. Good times. Number 6, Borderlands 3. Borderlands 2 superserved its audience with a ton of additional post-launch content. In fact, it was questionable what Borderlands 3 could ever bring to its fans. Well, Gearbox simply waited a decade and gave players more of the same, and they love it. The evergreen looter shooter gives up to 4 players a chance to nab as much treasure as they can pick out of the fiery remains. And just like its predecessors, the best and most enjoyable collectibles are its seemingly endless amounts of guns, each featuring their own quirky mechanics. For example, damage and status effects, or hey, how about a gun that fires guns? Borderlands 3 does not take itself seriously, which is why fans happily play the exact same missions and raids to this day. See you guys for Borderlands 4 in another decade or so. Number 5, Metro Exodus. Metro Exodus isn't quite like any other game on this list, in that it grounds its action to the most basic material level, adding a degree of grit and helplessness you won't find elsewhere. It's a story of survival in a world that no longer operates by the will of man, and those that survive must ration away their morality for their own protection. It sounds desperate, and that certainly is the theme, but the game itself is quite good, and a smart refinement on the previously linear Metro games. Here players will work in constrained hub worlds, giving the benefits of a crafted campaign with the openness of experimentation, which is exactly why we've waited to mention it's much shorter at 15 hours, but give it another playthrough and change up your strategy and see how far the systems will take you. Number 4, Robo Quest. Video games are meant to engage you at your level, and if we're being honest, there are many days when a lore-heavy cutscene referencing the extended universe from 5 spin-offs ago is, well, it's a bit much. And what if you're not looking to hop online and get destroyed every 10 seconds? The solution? Robo Quest, a roguelite FPS that plays like a boomer shooter with all the puzzles and keycards scraped off. That's not to imply a lack of variety. You're getting a ton of different classes with unique abilities and a gigantic assortment of weapons. But most importantly, you don't have to think about it. Throw on Robo Quest and let the endorphins fly. Number 3, Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberpunk 2077 was terrible when it launched. If you want to get pedantic about it, you can say if you had the right hardware and the PC version, it was okay. But no one was happy with the final results, including CD Projekt Red themselves, who spent years updating this expansive open-world adventure game into one of the best games ever produced, with hundreds upon hundreds of hours of gangs to fight, cyber psychos to take down, and plenty of nice little conversations with Keanu Reeves. He really is breathtaking, you know? Best of all, this game has a free upgrade for console users, and the terrible launch means you can likely scoop up this spectacular piece of interactive entertainment for less than $20. Just don't play it on the PS4 or Xbox One. Number 2, Titanfall II. Before introducing Cal as the Jedi survivor, Respawn Games were still settling into their home at EA following the launch of the Xbox One exclusive Titanfall. For Titanfall 2, they listened to user feedback and answered defiantly. Fans said they wanted a single player, so Respawn released one of the best first-person shooter campaigns ever. They wanted more balanced gameplay, so Respawn perfected its Titan vs. Titan and Soldier vs. Titan mechanics. And of course, they wanted it to be multi-platform, and it is. But apparently nobody really bought it because you can always find it below $10. Oh, and by the way, those Respawn guys, yeah, they co-created Call of Duty and Medal of Honor. They kind of know what they're doing. Play Titanfall 2. We promise, you'll like it. Number 1, Apex Legends. Surprise! You probably didn't even notice this, but this is not a ranked list. But we wanted to bookend this list with free-to-play games we can wholeheartedly recommend. And if we're talking the moment-to-moment mechanics, we'll have to return to Respawn Entertainment and their excellent Apex Legends multiplayer shooter. Yes, this is the Battle Royale Legends style of game, but its diverse characters with unique abilities on top of its pitch-perfect movement and shooting mean you'll absolutely want to give this one a try, even if you're burnt out from Fortnite and PUBG. Plus, the additional modes of Team Deathmatch and Gunrunner mean you're getting the best-in-class FPS gameplay for free. Apex Legends indeed. And there you have it. Those were the 8 FPS games that offer the best value for money. What's the best bargain you've ever gotten on a first-person shooter? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.